Well, ladies and gentlemen, Hoops and Ferro are both back. I spent the week away from my annual family and friends visit in my hometown. I also spent a lot of time stuffing my face with Thanksgiving leftovers. While I was away from work, some serious hoops took place in the NBA.
Good one, back to Booker. Booker on the drive, Booker puts up a three. Oh, he puts it in!
To catch up, I decided to post a 1-hour video dedicated to highlights that took place during the week of Thanksgiving. Now that we're all caught up, I don't see any world where your boy Ferro will step away for the remainder of the 23-24 season. Enjoy the highlights. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. An Eastern Conference duel down south in Charlotte. The dogs are out. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and the Boston Celtics got LaMelo Ball in the Hornets. And in the first quarter, LaMelo was balling. The scoop. And then how about this dime from Melo? Up court to Mark Williams, who reverses at the rim. Charlotte's up by 3. One more look at this behind the back, because it was really like that. Boston, though's got a man that can cock that thing too. His name is Jason Tatum. He nails the 3. And then how about Tatum with the dime, showing you the grind. Channeling his inner LaMelo with the pass to Peyton Pritchard, who nails the 3. Second quarter, Tatum back to the scoring. That deuce counts. Tatum really had a quarter to remember. Jason Tatum goes for 22 points in the second. The Hornets find themselves at a deficit as we go into the locker room. Third quarter, LaMelo helps get him out of it. It's Ball with the floater. That almost feels like he's just playing around, playing pickup. And then Miles Bridges. Boy, are the Hornets happy to have him back. He nails the 3. LaMelo to the cup. So a lot of LaMelo and Tatum making plays for themselves and others in this one. Celtics up 3 as we close out the third. It's another Jason Tatum 3. In the fourth, Pritchard once again joins the party. Boston's up by 5. And then Brown tries to throw it down. Mark Williams with the rejection, but Kristaps Porzingis is there to clean up the mess. And one, Celtics looking like they're going to get away from the Hornets. LaMelo's got other plans. That 3 goes. 4-point game. And then LaMelo finds Williams inside. If you don't succeed at first, try again. Hornets down 2, 10 seconds to go. It's Ball to the rim and the score. We would go to extra basketball in OT. LaMelo crossing up Holiday. Ball using his left. LaMelo had 36 in this one. Tatum wasn't too shabby himself. How about 45 points and 13 rebounds? That 3 gives the Celtics a 2-point lead under a minute to go in OT. Hornets need an answer. They get one. Hayward had 20 points. Hornets now with a chance to win this one in OT. LaMelo with the hot night gives it up to Bridges. Miles with his first go-ahead bucket in quite some time. He had 14 points, 15 boards. He nails the 3. Tatum on the other end gets fouled on a game-time 3. Tatum goes to the line and makes the first. Tatum makes the second, but misses the third free throw. And ladies and gentlemen, the Hornets take care of business at the line, unlike Tatum, and they win this big-time Eastern Conference matchup against the Celtics 121-118. The Cleveland Cavaliers are in Philadelphia for a duel with the Sixers. Big fellas getting some pregame work in. And be clear, the bigs brought it to the court in the first quarter. How about Nicholas Batum feeding the reigning regular season MVP, Joel Embiid? Good decision. Joel had 10 points in the first. Second quarter, how about Darius Garland going and 1 on Embiid? He missed the free throw, but I respect the effort. Third quarter, Garland going up top to Evan Mobley, and then Garland nailing the 3. Because the Cavaliers usually have Donovan Mitchell, who was out in this game, I think people have forgot how good of a point guard Garland can be leading your club. Sixers are down by 11 in the fourth. They would make their way back in this one. It's Embiid and Maxey, the new dynamic duo in Philly putting in work. And just like that, midway through the quarter, the Sixers are down by 5. Garland trying to add to the Cavaliers' lead. He goes right at Embiid again and comes away with a bucket. Harris tracks down the loose ball. And just like that, under 3 minutes ago, we're tied at 101. Embiid tries to get it to Harris again, but how about the rejection for Evan Mobley? That's more ball than body, baby. That's clean, which sets up a Cavaliers heave from Garland with the shot clock going down. How about DG, 32 points, 5 rebounds, 8 assists. Cavs up by 2. It's Embiid responding with the free throw line deuce. Joel had 32 points, 13 rebounds. We're tied at 106. It's Garland, Allen, Mobley. Cavs got the lead back. Sixers not done. Maxey showing you what that grind can do. He gets the deuce to go. 30 points for Tyrese. Sixers got a chance to win it at the buzzer. They call on their MVP. Joel, normally good, can't deliver there, so we go to overtime. In the extra period, Philly gets a clutch 3 from Tobias. They're up a point, but the Sixers got a response. They go to Jarrett. How about this little push shot from Allen? Cavs up by 1. The Sixers would get a chance. Tyrese's 3 doesn't even dry iron, which means the Sixers, when all things are done, are gonna lose at home to the Cavaliers, who didn't even have Donovan Mitchell in this one. What a game. 122-119 is your final. The Cavaliers win. This is a very bad man that represents the Indiana Pacers at point guard. His name is Tyrese Halliburton, and he was in Atlanta with the rest of his squad to take on Trae Young and the Hawks. This is a very wild way to kick this highlight off, but we're going to do it anyway. How about Obi Toppin absolutely catching Onyeka Okongwu in a poster? Obi's been making some plays his first season in Indiana. Other end, Ice Trae been in the ATL a few years now, and y'all already know what he can do. At the end of the first, the Hawks already got 40. More on them scoring in the first half in the second. But let's show some love to Bogdan Bogdanovic. He nailed the long 2, now accepts the screen and nails the deep 3. Atlanta's up by 18. It's Young. Finally, Jalen Johnson for the deuce. At the half, the Atlanta Hawks had 86 points. Indiana had 73. By the way, that's a franchise record for points in a half by Atlanta. In the third quarter, though, the Pacers would make a run, and it's all behind Halliburton, who just went crazy for 3. This is his 4th one of the third quarter, and it's deep. And just like that, the Pacers have come all the way back. They were down by 20 to tie this game up at 107. We're in the 4th. It's Halliburton finally missing. Isaiah Jackson is not. Putback jam is money. Now Indiana's starting to get away. DeJounte Murray says not so fast. Cuts the Hawks deficit down in half. And then there's Ice Trae. Young nailing the 3. We're in the 140s. Young puts Atlanta in the 150s. We're tied at 152. Under a minute to go. How about Buddy Hield stepping back and stepping up? He nails the 3. Indiana's up 3, but they give the Hawks a chance. Murray with the steal. He tries to go quick 2 with his team down 3. He had a couple of really good shooters at the top of the key. Decides to keep it himself. And that, my friends, is the difference as Tyrese Halliburton goes for 37 points and 16 assists to barely outdo Ice Trae, who had 38 points himself. Pacers take this high-scoring affair 157-152. LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers are about to cruise to a win over the Utah Jazz. I already spoiled the ending, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't watch it because you get to see LeBron do things like this. With that three-pointer, King James surpasses 39,000 points in his illustrious career. By the way, he's about to start eclipsing some guys on this assist totem pole. He finds Anthony Davis. Austin Reeves needs no assist. He nails the 3. Lakers already up a bunch at home against the Jazz. Second quarter, it's LeBron with the no-look dime to Jackson Hayes. I'm telling you, man, now with LeBron being the NBA's all-time leading scorer, I'm curious to see where he finishes on the all-time assist leaderboard. He's currently 4th behind Chris Paul, J. Kidd, and Stockton. Chris Paul and J. Kidd might be in trouble. I'm not so sure if he'll catch Stockton. Here's another dime from LeBron to help prove my case. He had 9 assists to go along with 7 rebounds and 17 points. LeBron going baseline. He throws down the tomahawk. LeBron's going to miss here as AD cleans up his mess. LeBron's night ended early. I won't need you. You scored enough. Let's get some rest. 24 minutes for LeBron. When was the last time you saw LeBron just play 24 minutes in a game? In large part due to the other Lakers putting in work. AD had 26 points, 16 rebounds. You saw him find Christian Wood for the dunk. And then in transition, it's more Wood. With AD rested, the Lakers cruise past the Jazz 131-99. Tyrese Halliburton's got that look in his eye, and normally that means you're going to have to score a bunch of points to beat his Indiana Pacers squad. They were hosting the Toronto Raptors, and right on cue, it's Halliburton finding Buddy Hield for 3. And then Buddy gets another look, and then once again, Hield knocks it down. Buddy made 7 3-pointers in this game. He had 31 points. Raptors did a little scoring of their own. Pascal Siakam cleaning up the mess of his teammates and putting it in. On the other end we go, it's Halliburton for show. How about another one of those rainbow 3-pointers that he often makes? Scotty Barnes, like anything you can do, I can do better. 20 points, 12 rebounds, 4 steals, 4 assists for Barnes. Siakam was the leader though, scoring and dishing. It's Dennis Schroeder for 3, and at the half, it's Toronto with the slight edge. Third quarter, more Buddy knocking down another 3-pointer. And then in transition, it's Halliburton on a do-it-himself mission. When you that skilled, why not? Pacers up by 4. Raptors not going anywhere, though. It's an and 1 from Siakam. How about 36 points, 10 rebounds for Pascal? Raptors up by 1 in the 4th. It's Halliburton with the response. Tyrese had 33 points and 16 assists. Remember that Schroeder with the deuce. He had 26 points. 4 minutes to go. Pacers up 4. Make it 7 because Halliburton said so. Oh, he's skipping to his Lou. Raptors need a 3 to take the lead. OG Anunoby delivers with 80 seconds to go. Now here comes Indiana. Grown man deuce. Pacers are now right there in the swing of things. 30 seconds to go. Halliburton on one leg. Indiana up 129-128. Check out this inbound play from Barnes. The fake catches Miles Turner slipping and throws it down. Plus the foul, he makes the free throw. But the Raptors would give the Pacers a chance. I mentioned to you that Halliburton had 16 assists and Hield had 7 threes. Well, this one will be for the game, but it's no good from Buddy. He was my buddy most of the game, but when Indiana needed him the most, his 3 at the buzzer is no good, which means the Raptors get a huge dub, 132-131. Dylan Brooks gets a crack at his old squad in Houston as the Rockets host the Grizzlies. Be clear, there is no love lost between Brooks and Memphis. How that bad boy ended, and it looks like Desmond Bane was wearing the Grizzlies' emotions on his sleeve. He was going at Brooks early and often. That actually screams, he can't guard me to Brooks. Dylan said, okay, I'll try my luck on the other end myself. He gets rejected by Bismack Biyombo. Look at this block from Bismack on Brooks. They weren't even teammates. Bismack just got on Memphis this year. Brooks finally finds his way and gets a deuce to go. His squad, though, was trailing by 5 in the second quarter. Jabari Smith Jr. maybe got away with an elbow to Sonny Aldama, maybe not. He scores. Green now finding Alperen Sengun, who maybe got away with a travel, maybe not. The big fella scores. Rockets in control of this one now. It's Jaren Jackson going back at Sengun and coming away with a bucket. A pretty tight contest as we took a break. Third quarter, it's Bane. 3 of his 23.7 rebound effort. The Grizzlies up by 7. Brooks with the up fake. Brooks with the score plus the foul. People forget this dude was a scorer coming out of Oregon into the league. Dillon got some help from his new teammates against his old teammates. How about Fred VanVleet for 3? And then Jalen Green attacks the reigning defensive player of the year with no respect for Jaren Jackson's family. Green with the unreal poster attempt, meaning he wanted to dunk on Jaren. Jackson just stopped jumping. That set off a huge fourth quarter from Houston, in large part due to the great play of Jalen Green. He had 26 points. Beautiful ball movement here leads to another VanVleet 3. I mentioned Jalen Green had 26 points. That was in the second half alone. Green finished with 34 points in the game. The Houston Rockets run away from the Memphis Grizzlies late. 111-91 is your final. James Harden and the Los Angeles Clippers stars were out in San Antonio against the rookie Victor Wembanyama and the Spurs. How about the Big Four in LA giving it to Wembanyama and the Spurs? Victor with the crossover on Wemby and the deuce. And then Paul George lines up the 3. Kawhi Leonard's like in his matchup, he gets to his spot. It shows you that he still got that wicked jump shot. Clippers then go to their bench where you'll find Russell Westbrook nowadays, and he comes in the game and makes an impact. Brody finding PG-13, and he once again nails the 3, this time kind of catching Wembanyama in no man's land on defense. But I give this rookie a lot of credit. The number 1 overall pick had something to say. Playing against the Clippers, not an easy task for any rookie out there. Wembanyama put in some work. And then how about Devin Vassell going right at James Harden and scoring plus the foul? And then it's Wemby pretty much dunking off 2 feet from the free throw line. That just makes absolutely no sense. How about Wembanyama, 22 points, a career high 15 rebounds. He also had 4 blocks. Here's his highlight. Wembanyama throwing down the alley with one hand. See, most of his dunks don't look that impressive because he's, like 7'4", but that one actually looked incredible. Kawhi with the deuce. Leonard led the Clippers in scoring. More on him in a second. Let's show some love to Harden, though. The bearded one has 16 points, 9 assists. The Clippers are up by 18. It's George once again joining the fun. That pull-up deuce is nothing but nylon. In transition we go. It's 1-3 with the deuce. 24 points for Paul George. And then Kawhi with a nasty array of moves on Johnson. Leonard had 26 points on 10 of 17 shooting. In the midst of this game, Leonard's old coach, Greg Popovich, let that Spurs fan base know that they cannot boo Kawhi because he did great things like that for your franchise. The Clippers beat the Spurs. Luka versus LeBron is must-see TV. Stop what you're doing. The Dallas Mavericks were in Los Angeles to take on the Lakers. First quarter, LeBron showing you center LeBron in this one. We've seen LeBron pretty much play every position on the basketball court. Well, the Lakers needed him to be the big oftentimes in this one. More on that in a second. But first, let's show love to the Don. A beautiful bounce pass to Josh Green. That's an easy throwdown. And then Luka's calling his own number. The Don nailing that patented stop-pop 3. Other end, it's LeBron still playing center for the Lakers. A 2-handed throwdown again. All right, LeBron's going to get doubled now, and LeBron makes the best decision. He gets it to AD, who puts in, you guessed it, another 2-hand throwdown. Dallas got a second co-star as well, by the way. His name is Kyrie Irving. He's really good. He goes glass. And then the Don picks up where Irving left off at the half. Jeez Louise. Mavs up a bunch. And it continues in quarter number 3. Luka nails a 3. Kyrie's like, it ain't no fun if the homie can't get none. He had 28 points. Luka going to the rim, and he wouldn't be denied. The Don, 30 points, 12 rebounds, 8 assists. Kyrie Irving is going to extend the Dallas lead to 19. But in the fourth, the Lakers make a run. It's Austin Reeves. Easy juice. Lakers down by 9. Taurean Prince playing some defense. His kickball actually goes off the head of a young fan. Give the young bull a lot of credit. He took the noggin shot and got to meet Luka. By the way, I would take getting hit in the head with a basketball to meet Luka Doncic. I think it's worth it. Luka's meeting LeBron, and it's not so good. The Lakers on a 16-2 run as LeBron nails the 3. On the other end, though, Doncic with a response. Back and forth contest down the stretch in LA. Reeves keeping it. Austin scoring it. We're tied at 99. Reeves trying to put the Lakers up. It's no good, but LeBron is there with the soft tip in. King James had 26 points and 9 rebounds. Lakers up a deuce. Irvin with a shot that LeBron's seen many times as a teammate of Kyrie's. He nails the go-ahead 3. And then how about Kyrie guarding LeBron down the stretch? LeBron tries to force a pass inside to AD. It's a turnover. Mavs make some free throws. Lakers down 3. Last chance. It's LeBron trying to channel his inner Kobe with one of those fadeaway 3s at the buzzer. It's no good. Kyrie gets the best of his former teammate LeBron and the Lakers as Dallas takes home the victory 104-101. Damian Lillard and the Milwaukee Bucks in Boston to take on Drew Holiday and the Celtics. So Drew, his first time getting to take on the point guard that took his job in Milwaukee. How would that make the Celtics feel? Well, the answer is mad. Jaylen Brown nails the 3 to kick this highlight off, and then Jason Tatum shows you what grown man strength and a lot of work can do. How about Tatum? A light night at the office, 23 points, 11 boards. He got a lot of help, though, from guys like the old vet, Al Horford, spinning on Bobby Portis. The deuce counts plus the foul. And then Peyton Pritchard gets a pretty good look. Chris Middleton was there, but not there enough. Giannis not liking what he sees from that Bucks bench. His team's down a bunch. Jaylen Brown, this time with the lob to Kristaps Porzingis for the throwdown. And if some is good, more is better. Porzingis throwing it down in the grill of Brook Lopez. Allowed 21 points for Kristaps. And speaking of loud, in the third quarter, Jaylen Brown goes baseline on Milwaukee. A nasty windmill. Giannis and his head coach, Adrian Griffin, discussing some things. I didn't think there was any real contention there. I just thought there was a passionate player not wanting to lose games. His Bucks, though, down a bunch. You saw Lillard with the juice. But here comes more Boston. It's Brown up top to Sam Hauser. The Celtics are up 14 in the fourth. Milwaukee's got fight left, though. The rebound from Brook Lopez. I didn't like how y'all dunked on me early in the game. He gets the juice. And then Giannis finds Chris Middleton. Remember me? 12, 7, and 5 for Chris. Giannis had 23 and 11. Dame had 27, including that clutch 3. The Bucks have come back and they're just down 4. Lillard attacking the rim, but he blows the late jam, which would have cut the Bucks deficit down to a deuce. Celtics make free throws and hold off the Bucks on what could easily be a great 7-game series in the future. Boston takes this one 119-116. Chris Paul was back in Phoenix to take on his former team in the Suns and his former teammate Kevin Durant, but he's with his new squad, the Golden State Warriors. I hope that made sense. It made sense to me in my mind, by the way. In the first quarter, Klay Thompson trying to make sense of this season. He's been struggling. Had a good game in this one, though. 23 points. He nails the juice. Steph Curry with an array of up fakes. Somehow, some way for his team, number 30, made a play. Curry gets the deuce to go. On the other end, though, some really good basketball from that dynamic duo in Phoenix. Devin Booker with the midi. Kevin Durant on the same type of time. They probably on the same type of grind. And then Durant in the corner Why not? The three is good. Durant's been on one all season long. Chris Paul, not on one in this one. As a matter of fact, he's not going to play much of this one. Called for a foul. Got a tee from his favorite referee, Scott Foster. And Chris said some things to Scott. He would end up getting ejected from this basketball game. Steve Kerr, Warriors head coach, would get a tee as well. I just feel like this is way too personal now between these two. It's went on long enough. As a matter of fact, Chris said it's about his son after the game. That's just way too personal. Somebody should step in and figure things out in between a ref and a player. What are we talking about here? I can tell you what we were talking about for the rest of this highlight. Really good play from the Warriors. Durant and Booker taking care of business. Booker had 10 assists. That one to Eric Gordon helps put away the Warriors. DB also added 8 rebounds and 25 points. Kevin Durant had 32 points and 8 rebounds himself. 5 straight 30-point-plus games. Suns win by 8. Nikola Jokic is arguably the game's best player. His Denver Nuggets were in Houston to take on maybe a guy that could be the NBA's future best player, Alperen Sengun, and the Houston Rockets. In the first half, it's all about the big fella in blue, Nikola, spinning on Sengun and scoring. Jokic going crazy. 38 points, 19 rebounds, and 8 assists for the Joker. But he had to deal with this Houston attack, which got a lot of pieces to the puzzle. Jalen Green and Fred VanVleet getting it done, and it's the Rockets taking an 18-point lead midway through the second. Here's Sengun. Look at the beautiful dime from VanVleet. Look at the beautiful finish from Sengun, keeping that ball up high and showing you what hard work and dedication can do. Jalen Green gets the pass from Dylan Brooks, and a dude with that athleticism, you're not getting it back. Green throws it down. Third quarter, it's more Sengun, the one-legged Jokic-esque jumper. How about Alperen with a mini Jokic stat line, 21 points, 14 rebounds, 8 assists. He had a lot of help, though, as well. Jabari Smith had 16 points and 14 boards. How about Aaron Holiday with the somehow, some way for his team? He threw it over his head and made a play. Rockets up by 9. Sengun with the board. I mentioned that he had 8 dimes. None prettier than that no-look to Green. And if some is good, more is better. VanVleet finding Jalen. And the best place to catch him is at the rim if you can. 25 points for Jalen. The Houston Rockets roll past the NBA's champs, 105-86. Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat got some recent memories with Jalen Brunson and the New York Knicks. These two teams faced off in the second round of last year's Eastern Conference playoffs. This one went a little differently, though. In the first quarter, it's Jalen Brunson putting the Knicks up 10-1, but here comes Miami. Specifically, Bam Adebayo on this possession, right down the lane. Who gonna stop you? And then Jimmy Butler, his night just getting started. You know, Butler was dealing with some injuries when the Heat defeated the Knicks in the playoffs. He was very much so healthy in this one, and he's got some new help. How about Josh Richardson back in that Miami Heat uniform? He gets the steal and the throwdown. Here comes Randall coming off his pivot, going in the opposite direction. The big fella in blue gets the score. 2-point game. We're still in the second. It's Butler playing bully ball. Had a play like that against the Bucks in last year's first round on Jrue Holiday, plus the foul. And then there's Butler with the defense, and then leads to offense. Butler nails the corner 3. Miami's up by 7. Brunson and the Knicks ain't going far. Jalen gets away with probably leaning in on that jump shot. That deuce counts plus the foul. And then right before the half, how about RJ Barrett finding Quentin Grimes, who nails the buzzer beating 3. Knicks up at the break, but in the third, here comes your reigning Eastern Conference champs. It's Butler for 3. Richardson's gonna miss. Adebayo is not. 21 points, 12 boards for Bam. Butler, somehow, some way, for his team. Jimmy B made a play. He had 23 points. Take another look at this doozy plus the foul. Yeah, it counts. Heat's up by 12. They lead by as many as 21. But guess what? It's the NBA. Everybody makes a run, including Emmanuel Quickley and the Knicks. 20 points for Quickley. And here comes Brunson getting the deuce to go plus the foul. The Knicks are down by 4. And they're still on the comeback trail. R.J. Barrett normally trying to get to his left. This time around, he goes to his right and 1. The Knicks are now out in front by 3. With New York up 198, Brunson's got a chance to create more distance. He misses at the free throw line, which means Miami's got a chance to either tie or win this one at regulation. Down 2, it's Butler. That 3 is no good. Jimmy B had a chance to make a moment. The Knicks, though, actually are the ones that make the moment. They come from behind, close this game out on a 13-2 run to win by 2. Kawhi Leonard and the Los Angeles Clippers got hit in the mouth early in this game against Zion Williamson and the New Orleans Pelicans. Check it out. Zion in the first quarter going right at the Clippers defense and coming away with a bucket. He wasn't the only one. His teammate, Brandon Ingram, going right at Daniel Tice, not just once, but his game's so nice he probably should make it twice. It's Ingram pulling up and nailing a deuce. That jumper puts the Pelicans up by 21 in LA against the Clippers. PG13's got something to say about that, though. It's George, the 3, George, the floater. Beautiful game Paul George got. He's not the only one. Kawhi's not too shabby. How about this spin move? There's Zion to make a step. He does not. Leonard throws it down. Clippers now out in front. It's George. This all a part of his huge 34-point game. In transition we go. It's Brandon Ingram to Zion for show. Williamson, I got it jam. Off the turnover, it's Harden to Kawhi. Back and forth action in LA got the Clippers up by 4. Harden gets a look, and he finally shows you that he can still knock that thing down. The Clippers, though, got hit again in the fourth by Zion and another New Orleans attack. It's Williamson inside Ingram, showing you the perimeter game. Herb Jones is going to nail a 3. The Pelicans go back up by double digits midway through the fourth. Can George and the Clippers respond? Right there he can. And then George inside trying to attack Larry Nance. This is probably the play of the game. Nance comes away with a little bit of body and a lot of block. A clean rejection sets the Pelicans up to put this one away. It's Zion just taking the ball away from Harden and helping the Pelicans take this win. Your final, 116-106. Arguably the game's best point guard of all time, looking at the game's future. The Golden State Warriors hosting Victor Wembanyama and the San Antonio Spurs. And let's just say the future looks bright in Texas. Wembanyama nails the 3. It's San Antonio up early on GSW. Could it last, though? Chris Paul and Steph Curry say no. How about CP3 finding Steph for 3? And that will become a theme of this highlight. If I promise you it's coming, best believe it's coming your way. But first things first, look at this rejection from Gary Payton II, catching Victor Wembanyama, trying to get a little too fancy. This ain't international ball. Gary Payton II casually blocks the 7-4 Wembanyama. And then Victor gets him get back on the other end. How about Wembanyama sending Wiggins' shot to the second row in San Francisco? Back to shots actually being made. It's Klay Thompson nailing the 3. And at the half, it's the Warriors up. It's a tight one, though. Wembanyama nails the long deuce. 22 points, 8 boards for Wemby in this one. But it's third quarter time. which throughout his illustrious career has meant Steph Curry is about to take over. Curry, the jumper. Then off the takeaway, it's Chris Paul looking, and I'd say he made the right choice. He get it to the greatest three-point shooter of all time, and Curry ain't even got to look at it because he knows the work he put in. And Steph ain't done. Jonathan Kuminga, heading to the rim, makes a better decision. Just get it to that man. Chef Curry going off in the third for the Warriors. They're up double digits. In the fourth, Chris Paul still passing. This time he finds Dario Saric, who had 20 points. Back to the Steph show, though. It's Curry. The last 3 of his 35 points comes off another dime from CP3. Chris Paul orchestrating the Warriors' offense to perfection. Get the dang ball to Steph and get out of the way. CP3 had 10 assists, Curry 35 points. Warriors withstand a late Spurs rally to get the dub at home. Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Milwaukee Bucks trying to gain some steam. They're at home. The Washington Wizards are the opponent. First quarter, you see that new dynamic duo in the blue for this game looking pretty darn good. 31 points from Giannis, 31 points from Damian Lillard. The Bucks take the lead, but here comes Washington, specifically Corey Kispert. He was 5 of 7 from the three-point line. He had 15 points in the first half. And then Kyle Kuzma showing you what grind could do. It's the Wizards up despite the greatness from Giannis and Dame. Third quarter, we're back to the greatness that is Giannis and Dame. Giannis the jam, Dame the deuce, plus the foul. I mentioned to you that Giannis and Dame had 31 points, but what I didn't tell you is that they didn't lead Milwaukee in scoring in this one. That title goes to Brook Lopez. What a left-handed finish. And then Jordan Poole responds with a grown man deuce plus the foul of his own. We're tied at 99 in the fourth. It's that man again, getting freaky. Giannis, another and one. Not to be outdone by Landry Shamet, who goes right at the Greek freak and comes away with another poster. What's been up with Landry this year? The Bucks got a response, and it ain't Giannis, it ain't Dame, it's Brook Lopez with the game of his career. More on him in a second. But first, let's show Kuzma some more love. He ties the game up at 116, 22 points for Kyle. Lillard could have shot that one, but he made a better decision. He got it to Brook Lopez, who nails another 3. And then Giannis is like, I'm going to do what Dame did. He gets the ball to Brook Lopez, who tied a career high with 39 points. Bucks missed a couple free throws late, which is going to give Kyle Kuzma and the Wizards a chance here with 3.1 to go. Kuzma maybe could have made a pass to Poole there, decides to line it up. The game time three-point attempt from nearly half court. It is no good. Milwaukee holds on to win by 3. LeBron James back in the building where he became legend. His Los Angeles Lakers were in Cleveland to take on his former team, the Cavaliers. That's usually a fun time because LeBron makes it one, and he makes that layup at the rim. Donovan Mitchell's back after missing a few games due to a hamstring injury, and look like the hamstring all good now. Other end we go. It's Christian Wood for show. He nails the tray ball. Right before the half, the Cavaliers bring out some really good ball movement. Ends up in the hands of Max Strus. He nails the 3. Off the Reeves miss is LeBron. I got to clean up what I messed up. Cavs led it though, 71-70 at the half. Third quarter. Cavs swing that thing around. This time it ends up inside the Allen for the alley. Other end, not to be outdone by Austin Reeves, who finds AD for the alley. And then Donovan Mitchell pops and pulls the three-pointer. And on the turnover, it's Karis LeVert nearly losing the rock, gets it back, and still's able to lob it up to Evan Mobley, who throws it down. Lakers are down, but not out. Anthony Davis had 32 and 13. LeBron's gonna nail the three. He had 22, 6, and 6. Lakers are now up a point. LeBron finds Davis one more again. With 75 seconds to go, LeBron cuts backdoor. Gets called for a technical foul after he hangs on the rim. The deuce still counts, though. Lakers up by 4. It's Allen inside with another alley. Mitchell gets a chance to tie this game up at 117, but his midi is no good, which means the Lakers are going to win this one. Your final score, 121-115. Joel Embiid and the Philadelphia 76ers got smoke in OKC with Chet Holmgren, Josh Giddey, and the Oklahoma City Thunder. First quarter, Philly's already up a bunch. Chet's trying to change things. Giddey finds him on the lob. But on the other end, somebody's got to step up and stop that dude. Reigning regular season MVP kicked this game off with a 15-point first half. Not to be outdone by this dude who can put them in with the best of them. It's SGA helping cap off a 15-1 OKC run. We're tied at 48. Other end, it's Tyrese Maxey called upon with the task of being the new number 2 in Philly. So far, so great. Third quarter, it's Chet with the block. And not only does the big fella play defense, he for sure wants to be rewarded on offense. Look at Holmgren hustle. Giddey with the wherewithal to find his big fella. And Chet throws it down, 33 points for Holmgren. Embiid, though, he's not just going to let this young rookie come in and take what he's worked so hard for. How about Joel Embiid capping off a 35-point, 11 rebound, 9 assists, 4 block masterpiece of the game. And he got some help. It's Maxey, 2 of his 28 points. Sixers in cruise control down the stretch. The Thunder trying to fight back. SGA had 31 points. He and Holmgren did their parts. But all in all, the Sixers just made more plays. Tobias Harris finds DeAnthony Melton for the game-clinching three-pointer, and it's the Sixers beating the Thunder by 4. Luka Doncic and the Dallas Mavericks immediately faced some early game turmoil against Paul George and the Los Angeles Clippers. I'll show you what happened as James Harden makes his attack to the rim. As you can see, Luka pulls up lame. He's grabbing that hand. You see another look at it. Luka kind of gets locked up with Harden. Luka had his left wrist and hand area wrapped. He's a trooper, though. He would stay in the game, and he would kind of watch as Terrence Mann went right past him and threw it down. Now, let's see what the Don can do with the wrapped arm. Didn't look great there. PG-13 comes away with it and scores it. George had 24 points and 9 rebounds. He had some help as well. Norman Powell nails the 3. And then PG-13 back on his grind again, finding Daniel Tice. And then James Harden's open. Don't mind if I do. The Clippers are up by 13 in quarter number 2. The Don finally figures it out. Luka, that counts right before the half to give the Mavs some type of momentum. Luka finished with 30, but it wasn't nowhere near enough in this one as George continues his attack. And then Harden inside to Zubac, who throws it down. Kawhi only had 8 points. Wasn't needed to do anymore. The Clippers are up by 21. Here's the 1 second half Mav highlight worth showing. It's Kyrie nailing the 3. Irvin had 26, but his 26 was nowhere near enough either. As Terrence Mann, Russell Westbrook, and the Clippers put it on the Mavs by 19. As you can see, Brody say, go at him. He's talking about the Don. I'm sure Luka was hurt. His team was losing by a bunch. He's also not the greatest defender of all time. So Westbrook and the Clippers attack. For the first time in Damian Lillard's career, he's taken on the Portland Trail Blazers as Milwaukee hosted him. And boy, oh boy, Dame had some ups and downs early on in this one. You saw him nail the three, but then Lillard blows the dunk against his former squad. Giannis got his back though. The Greek Freak gets out in transition, and unlike Dame, he's not gonna miss that close to the rim. Bucks still trailing though. A returning Scoot Henderson with some shades nails the three. He's the new point guard in Portland in place of Dame, as Giannis gives Jeremy Grant the stare down after the throwdown. We highlight other guys that are pretty much replacing Dame. DeAndre Ayton got traded for Lillard. He nails the mid-range jump shot. Malcolm Brogdon, all things considered, pretty much got traded for Dame as well. He had 18 points, 8 rebounds, 12 assists. The Blazers are out by a bunch as Shaedon Sharpe goes and one. Blazers up 26 on the Bucks. Then Giannis and Dame say enough is enough. We tired of losing games that we feel like we should win. Lillard nails the three. Giannis coming down Main Street. I mean, who's stopping that? The answer is nobody. Giannis had 33, Lillard had 31. The Bucks have come all the way back, and they're down just a point. It's Lillard rising and nailing a three-pointer that Portland has seen so many times with him wearing their uniform. And all of a sudden, Malik Beasley never missed his threes since he's put on a Bucks jersey. That gives Milwaukee the lead. Jeremy Grant's like, not so fast. I want to beat my own teammate. He's got a three. We're tied at 102. 25 seconds to go. Bobby Portis is hustling. He's not going to make it, but his man's will. Greek Freak with the tip in. Milwaukee's up a deuce. Last chance for the Blazers. It's Malcolm Brogdon meeting Giannis Antetokounmpo. Who you think won? Well, initially the refs say Brogdon won. They ruled a foul. Bucks challenge, and the call is overturned, which means Milwaukee completes the 26-point comeback to win this one 108-102. Kevin Durant is out for his one visit to the Garden. Jalen Brunson is in. The New York Knicks hosting the Phoenix Suns. And how about Eric Gordon turning back the clock? EG was all over the place, especially in the first half. How about Eric Gordon? 25 points in this game. Brunson was doing his thing himself. Jalen Brunson has become the guy in New York. This deuce counts plus the foul. The Knicks got a point guard of the future, but it's the Suns up. It's you to one and Abba. Top of the key for all three. Off the fine from Booker. And then it's EG 2-3. Back at it again. Gordon another three. And then Gordon. What is this, 2012? Eric Gordon lighting it up. Suns up at the half. Brunson's got plans on changing things in the third. He pulls up, and it's money. Not to be outdone by Devin Booker, who pulls up, and it's also money. When you're in the Garden, I mean, the tickets are expensive. You might as well give the fans their money's worth. How about Devin Booker doing just that? And one from Book. Other end, Julius Randle makes his way into this highlight. This deuce plus the foul cuts the Knicks deficit down to 3. Now, Randle back on his bully. Put New York up a point. Bookers, you got all the questions. D-Book's got all the answers. Booker had 28 points and 11 helpers. Jalen Goodwin in the fourth. What a three-pointer. Suns still in control. New York can count on Brunson. We're tied at 107. Booker's not tied yet. No. That Euro step puts the Knicks down 2. Brunson Said the Knicks about to get back in this one with two great plays. The bounce to Randall inside, and then Jalen, this time keeping it himself. This all a part of his 35-point, 8 assists, 6 rebound game. We're tied up at 113. Now we're not, as Devin Booker accepts the double team. This ain't practice. This the real deal Holyfield, and Booker delivers the go-ahead 3. Knicks got a chance, especially with Brunson having it in his hands, and his game-time three-point attempt just misses. The Suns win by 3. Arguably the game's current best player taking on maybe tomorrow's current best player. Jokic versus Wemby. Nuggets hosting the Spurs. First quarter, it's Michael Porter Jr. lining it up and nailing the jump shot. And Kentavious Caldwell-Pope's on the same type of time. He must have been on the same type of grind, sending Jeremy Sohan to the gram. KCP had 16 points and 6 assists. Spurs got some weapons around Wemby. They're all just young. Devin Vassell had 19. There's 3 of them. On the other end, you already know what this dude came to do. It's Jokic, the deuce, plus the foul. Second quarter. Wembanyama gets a look and knocks it down for 3. He gets fouled on a lot of three-pointers, and he's still just a rookie. Jokic, he's a grown man. The one-hand catch, the one-hand finish. He made it look easy. Now Jokic spinning and scoring. The big fella had himself a game. More on him in a second. Let's show some more love to Wemby, though, in the third quarter. A nice catch of his own and a score. Jokic with the outlet pass to Reggie Jackson, which leads to an easy finish. Jokic missed a triple-double. He had 9 assists. Big fella definitely got double-digit rebounds. He had 11. And for sure got double-digit points. He had 39. Wembanyama wasn't too shabby. How about 22 points from the rookie? The Spurs, though, are down a bunch. Wemby tried to make a highlight of this game. He went up for all of it and then some. That would have been one of them ones. Will make both his free throws, though, after getting fouled. But for this game, it's going to go to the team that won the last championship. How about Michael Porter Jr. evade the 7'4" Wemby and finish with a little bit of flair? The Nuggets win going away 132-120 over the Spurs. The Philadelphia Eagles star quarterback Jalen Hurts in the house to watch the Philadelphia 76ers star center Joel Embiid take on LeBron James and the Lakers. First quarter, LeBron's going to find AD for the deuce. But I'm going to be honest with you, it felt like the Lakers never scored again. This game got so ugly, it's hard to believe it ever started out at 0-0. Embiid and Tyrese Maxey helped put the Sixers up by 13 in the first. Second quarter, Marcus Morris Sr. nailing the midi. Other end, AD trying his hand at Embiid, and that's not a good hand to try. You lose in spades. Embiid wins in spades. He nails a 3. The Sixers as a group nailed 13 first half threes. They're up 25. LeBron would help cut the Lakers deficit down to 15. Let's take a break and try it again. Third quarter, Embiid playing bully ball on AD. And then Joel Embiid posting up Davis and coming away with a bucket. There's a gap between these two nowadays. Joel would sit the entire fourth quarter. He goes 30 points, 11 rebounds, 11 assists. His first triple-double of the season is 6th of his career. From there, it was all Tyrese Maxey scoring and finding Paul Reed for buckets. How about Tyrese getting 31 points, 8 assists of his own? The Sixers blow out the Lakers behind 22 three-pointers. The final score was 138-94. That 44-point deficit is the largest ever between the Lakers and the Sixers, and the largest loss of LeBron James's career. Sheesh Louise. Kawhi Leonard and the Los Angeles Clippers were seemingly gifted a dub against a shorthanded Denver Nuggets team that was without Jokic, who's dealing with a back issue, no Aaron Gordon, and still no Jamal Murray. But boy, oh boy, things got rough in LA. Kawhi kicks the highlight off the right way if you're a Clippers fan with the throwdown. And then Russell Westbrook on the same type of time. This dude must have been on the same type of grind. He finishes easily in the fast break. Clips up by 5, second quarter. The former Clipper, Reggie Jackson, making his old team pay. And then another former Clipper, DeAndre Jordan, finding Reggie, who's making his former team pay. We're still in the second. Leonard nails the three to tie this game up at 47. Kawhi had himself a game. He led the Clippers with 31 points. PG won 3 inside to Ivica Zubac. Big fella did his thing. He had 23 and 14. And then James Harden in the third nails a 3. The Clippers seemingly getting away from the Nuggets. But these former Clips had other plans. It's Jackson up top to DeAndre, who throws it down. How about Jordan? 21 points and 13 rebounds. It's all Jackson and Jordan. Look at this live. What are we back in 2014? Jordan, like, I've done that a couple times on that rim. The Nuggets are now up a deuce. It's Jackson. I'm sorry, Mr. Jackson. Ooh, I am for real. I never meant to make your daughter cry. It's Jackson putting away his former team with a somehow, some way for his new team. He made a play. Layup. It's the Nuggets walking into LA without their big fish and still coming away with the 9-point victory.
I want to salute you, homie, you know, for building your own thing and doing your own thing.
Why build theirs when I believe I can build my own?
You've already done it, or I wouldn't be here.
I'm already the only elite sports and music journalist in the game today. My goal is simple, to be the best there's ever been. So, please don't go. Make sure you subscribe and follow the journey. It truly means everything to me. I tell stories, I talk music, I cover sports, I am culture, I am Ferro.